Today, we're not just reacting to any track, we're reacting to the new Devil Wears Prada track, which a lot of us have been highly anticipating since we found out they were releasing a follow-up to, I'd say one of their best releases, the Zombie EP, which was dropped like 10 years ago or something, which makes me feel old because I remember when it dropped and I was playing the crap out of that when it dropped because it was just phenomenal. It was a real, step in a unique direction for them. That kind of made them branch out from just being yet another sort of, screamy metalcore-ish band. And this is from Zombie EP2, which drops in May 30, I believe. And this is the first taste that we get from it. And based on all the interviews, they're saying that it's, one of the heaviest records they've put out to date. So let's see if the first track cuts the mustard here. Already heavy. So far it passed the test. Oh, this sounds so fresh. This sounds really good. And the A-side, those drums sound phenomenal as well. There's something about them. How's Mike still able to scream this good after this long? No idea. His scream sounds like it would be, tiring on his voice. Just violence. Love that little blast beat part there too. That's hard. I missed his scream like this. What a fresh sounding track. Man, old Devil Wears Prada fans must be stoked hearing this so far. I'm actually in disbelief that it actually is heavy. Oh, welcome back, boys. Welcome back. Oh, cool little lead guitar part as well. I think. Or a synth. No, it sounds like guitar. But the $1 million question is, are we getting a breakdown? Something's happening. Letting the guitars ring out. Here we go. We're about to explode. About to get the slap down, boys. Give it to us. Cool little disco drum. Should have put my flare pants on. Give it to us. I can hear you. Oh, back to the disco drum. I love this little groovy disco drum part here. This is awesome. Oh, well done. I can't wipe the smile from my face on that one. Wow. I mean, they said it was going to be heavy. Some bands, like when they do go a bit softer and then they're like, they go a little bit heavier again. Linkin Park famously did it. Like, Linkin Park were known for being a little bit heavier, then they went a bit poppier, and then they did that album. I can't even remember the name of it. Basically where they just went heavy again. They're like, they said they were sick of, the state of music and how poppy it was and all that kind of, and they released that kind of heavier album that they did before they went back pop again. That's that. You never know how it's going to go. The moral of that story is, when a band says, hey, this is going to be our heaviest release yet, that doesn't always mean it's going to be heavy in the way of like down down-tuned guitar, sorry, and screaming and like face punching and floor punching and wall punching. But when you're following up the original Zombie EP, that's a big EP to follow up, because that was heavy. It was well themed. It was well produced. It just sounded awesome. It's one of the cornerstones in the Devil Wears Prada catalog. And this is, I mean, this is only one track. Obviously, there's a few more tracks. This probably isn't even the heaviest track on the record. They're probably saving that for us to listen to when we get our hands on it. No, you can't play your best hand straight up like that. But secondly, this track here was heavy. This is one of the heaviest things I think I've heard them write in years. And I haven't really listened to a whole lot of their more recent stuff. As I said, there's a lot of music out there, and when their sound started to change, I don't know, I guess my music taste changed and I stayed listening to heavy music. They kind of went a different route. But my understanding is the newer stuff still has some heavy moments in it, but this is a perfect follow-up to Zombie EP1 for sure. So I couldn't have asked for anything more in that track. I mean, that's everything I was expecting and more. And furthermore, like, the production on that track, awesome. Mike's scream, like, how is Mike able to scream that well after this many years of doing it as a band? Like, his screaming technique doesn't sound like it would be the best technique. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just mishearing it, but it sounds like his voice would get, like, his scream would get fatigued. And I have heard him when they've played live, like, isn't necessarily always the strongest. Same with the clean vocals, they haven't always been the strongest as well. But, when you're doing this kind of genre of music, you're going to get fatigue, obviously, and it's never going to be perfect like the studio, where you can just redo everything 1,000 times until it's right, or have a producer kind of cut and paste pieces and take the best takes. But they sound better than ever, and I think it's quarantine. I think it's all the lockdowns, the inability to tour. So many bands are going to come out of this stronger, with stronger voices, more angst, more creative build-up, I guess. And they're looking for an outlet. So I feel like a lot of bands are going to go down the heavier route because of the pandemic, which might just be the only positive I can think of in a sea of negatives with this pandemic crap that's going on. So I'm ecstatic about this. I really want to hear the rest of the record, but we're going to have to wait to May 30th. So hopefully we get another track before then. But until then, if you like that reaction, leave a like. I appreciate it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of this track. And subscribe if you haven't already. We'll react to any of the other stuff they drop. And when Zombie EP2 does drop, we're going to react to the whole thing entirely as well. So, yeah, that'd be awesome. And thank you very much if you made it this far. See you guys.